Good morning, Cancerians. I know. Better late than never, guys. Better late than never. I just had a lot going on. Last week I had my roof ripped open and it was too loud and one thing after another. Just trying to get back on the schedule this week. So, how are you cutie pies doing? It is Friday. I hope you guys have some great plans for the weekend. I am going to do for you guys a 9-card Celtic spread with, get ready, with this lovely deck. That's right, it's back. Why wouldn't it not be back? It's perfect, you know? Why would it not be back? Why would I not use it? Such a great deck. Yeah, so I'm going to do that with a 9-card Celtic spread. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you are a Cancer, know a Cancer, just feel like being a Cancer today, I'm so glad you're here. I'll take you. Pull up a course, Cancer, and tell me, pull up that chariot of yours, haha, and tell me your story. Tell me what's going on, Cancer. I want to know. One more shuffle and we will get to it. We will get to it. I swear, if I can hold on to these cards. Okay, present energy for the Cancerians. What is the present energy for you guys? Ooh, 9 of Pentacles, Virgo energy. That is some strong independence right there. That is, I make my own money, thanks. I mean, look at her. She's got her bird, she's got her fruit. What else does a girl want, you know? Okay, if I can hold onto these cards. Oh my gosh, they're all over the place. What is the challenge? What's challenging this present energy? What is challenging it for Cancers? Well, it's the 5 of Wands reverse. I wouldn't really call that a challenge. You're probably in the 9 of Pentacles because you dropped the drama. And look at her. I mean, were you dealing with a female like that kind of manipulated people? She plays people like chess, always thinking long term how people can benefit her to make her keep winning, you know? Look at her. Look at that energy. Anyway, that's what you guys are dropping. That's what you dropped, it looks like. And that's why you're in the 9 of Pentacles. You're just feeling good, feeling independent, feeling strong. What's the reason for the reading for the Cancers? Why are we all here today, kids? What is it? Ooh, 8 of Swords. A little in your head, are we? And look at those feathers. You can fly out of that mental torture anytime, but Cancer's like, I need a minute. Okay, what's the recent past for you guys? What's the recent past? 3 of Pentacles, reverse. Maybe that's why you're in the 8 of Swords. Something didn't work out. Had to stop building with somebody, stop collaborating. If it's a job, you had to leave a job. Maybe you couldn't work with those coworkers, boss, what have you. We'll clarify. What's on your mind, Cancer? What is on that Cancerian, watery, bearing mind of yours? Oh, I love it. 7 of Cups. Options. And you know, look at her. No matter what star she picks, it's all going to lead to wish fulfillment, isn't it? It's all going to be okay. That's what that card says. But she does have her eye on one. Did you leave a job and you're possibly going to another? Maybe you're like in the in-between, but you have your eye, you have your eye set on one particular option. But you do have options. If you know it or not, they're there. What's in your near future, Cancer? What is in your near future? Oh, 4 of Pentacles, holding on to your, enforce our talk about foundations. And I mean, but look at that, 4 of Locks, it looks like a chastity belt, looks like some type of torturous device. But she's holding on to her foundation, to what, her comfort zone, to, you know, her safety. I like it. Okay, how do you see yourself, Cancer? How do you see yourself? I'm going to see if this is going to be, hopefully it's going to catch on the camera. Oh, the Emperor, that is a strong way to see yourself, Aries energy. Again, yeah. I mean, to be the 9 of Pentacles, the Emperor, you're in that energy. You're in that energy. Like, I really feel like that. I don't know if I said that, but it was in my head that you guys, whoever this is for, it's you. You're very strong. I mean, you make your own money, probably pay your own bills, possibly a single parent. But you guys are very, very strong in your lives. It's not like you're really depending. I mean, if you're the Emperor, you're really not depending. You're probably telling people what to do, you know? Okay, energy coming towards you, Judgment. Oh, I like that. It's rebirth, it's renewal. Judgment is getting back into feeling alive again. So this past situation you were in, either love or job, it just probably depleted you. It just made you feel lifeless. You were probably bored of it. Maybe it was paying the bills, but you were tired of the drama. You probably had a hard time getting there. If it was a relationship, it was just, you were just clocking in. Either work or love, you were just clocking it in, you know? Judgment is, it's waking up. It's like a rebirth into your life. And with this Emperor energy, how you see yourselves, it really feels like you guys are really passionately starting something new. Okay, what is in your emotions, Cancer? What is in your emotions? Four Swords, light as a feather. Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, that's beautiful energy. There is nothing bothering that chick laying on the moon. Four feathers flying around her. That's probably past. It was stressful. Finding these emotions with these options on your mind. You're doing it in the Four Swords, which is a place of balance, a place of peace. You're not doing it out of stress or making hasty decisions. You're taking your time with this. What is, I know, hopefully it's not going to cut off. I got to fit one more card up there. Oh, I could just move that back. Aha! Who is the brains of this operation? It's you, Cancer. That was such a great idea, Cancer. What is the outcome for you guys? What is the outcome? Three of Cups, celebration. That feels really good. That's you, Cancer. You're feeling yourself. Three of Cups. That feels really, really good. Okay, so let's clarify. I'm going to clarify with the Golden Tarot. But why is Cancer the Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Wands reversed? I mean, I hardly call that a challenge. Feeling good is not a challenge. You know, Tarot? Why is Cancer feeling the Nine of Pentacles? Yeah, so in the past you left something. You probably went into this Four of Swords energy, you know, as you're picking your options, but you're in the Nine of Pentacles. So your foundation, I mean, and look at your foundation. It's strong. Your foundation is strong. You have the options. You have the ability to change. I want to say that you have the ability to make your life better. It's not like you are so dependent on staying in a crappy relationship or job where you feel like you have no options. You know you have the options and you're taking it for a better future. And Judgment, and with the Emperor, with these major arcana, this is a destined event. I mean, it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. But yeah, there's some mental worry with change. Change is uncomfortable for every single person. But you know what else is uncomfortable? Staying the same. And when you stay the same, yeah, that's inner turmoil. Okay, what is this Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Wands reverse for Cancer? It is the Knight of Wands. That is super passionate. Passionate energy. I feel like, yeah, you could... No, I'm not feeling like this is attached to the Five of Wands reversed. I'm not. The Knight of Wands upright especially is going after something that I mean, you really want this. You're using a lot of energy with the Emperor and the Judgment here. I mean, you went to the place of balance, but this is when you come out of this in your emotions with the Four of Swords. This is you. This is you guys going after what you want. Again, I keep saying it, but it could be love or money, guys. You guys know your story. You know how this will fit. What is, give me another card on that Nine of Wands. What, another card? Yeah, Queen of Cups. A balance. You guys are really balanced. Queen of Cups is balanced in her emotions. She stares at that chalice, golden chalice, and out of all the queens, this is the most decorated, like, I can't even think of the word. It's the most decorated, basically, beautiful chalice of all the queens. And it's because she keeps her emotions in there because she prizes emotions and she honors emotions. But she's very balanced. And of course, she's loving, takes care of those that she loves. But I feel like this is Cancer coming from the Three of Pentacles reversed. And with the Eight of Swords, if you guys aren't in this energy yet, you soon will be. Because there's something that you are going to be on a new path on. You're going to be passionate about it, but you're using, like, you are completely calm and balanced. And you know why you guys are like that? Because you're going to be aligned to your higher self. And when you're aligned to your higher self and you're on your path and you're in your purpose, that is when everything clicks. That's when your frequency raises, your vibrations raise, and that's when you become actually magnetic. If you're attracting love, that's the energy you want to attract love in, because you're literally magnetic when you raise up your frequency. Ooh, I don't know where that came from, but I guess I had to say that. What is the Eight of Swords for Cancer? The reason for the reading? What is that Eight of Swords? Well, it's the Nine of Pentacles. Virgo just won't leave you alone, Cancer. Virgo is just all over here. And yeah, maybe in this change, what I'm feeling with this, it could be a change. You worry about your money. You worry about, are you going to bring enough abundance home that you have been? I mean, of course, you're not going to worry if you bring more, but you worry that you may not bring enough, because you do have in the near future a strong foundation. So if this is something you guys are worried in, if you're going through a change, it's going to work out. With the Three of Cups and the outcome, especially if you're changing jobs, you're stepping up. You're definitely stepping up here. And with Judgment too, it's like this could be even, I feel like some of you, it could be legal. It could be some type of law, legal, politics, what have you. With that, but there is fairness here. There is an equal give and take. What you put in, you're going to get out. So if you're looking for advancement, I'm feeling that strongly too. If you're changing jobs and you're looking for advancement, there will be advancement. Could even be owning your own business down the line here. Okay, what is this Three of Pentacles in the past for Cancer? What is this Three of Pentacles in the past? Eight of Wands. Yeah, you got out of there. You left this situation. It didn't work for you. You had the foresight to say, you know what, this is no longer working for me. This is no longer bringing my abundance, happiness, equilibrium. You know, you maybe with the Queen of Cups here, maybe you felt unbalanced in the past, but the situation just took so much from you that Eight of Wands, that was quick energy to get yourself out of that situation. What is the Seven of Cups at the top for Cancer? What is the Seven of Cups at the top? Yeah, Justice again. I mean, I feel like Judgment. No, that is Justice. That is so funny. I was reading that as Judgment. What was I reading that as Judgment? I don't know. Justice is here twice. Justice is here twice, guys. Wow. This is meant to be. This is Cancer getting their fair take. And whatever option they want, they just want that option to give back fairly. Because it seems like in whatever situation you were in the past, you probably did all the work and got very little back. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Yeah, look at that. Next to Justice. Why is Justice here? Because in the past it was a Seven of Cups. With a Seven of Cups reversed. And with the Seven of Cups reversed, maybe this is for one or two of you. I feel like if this was love or a job, you weren't picked for something. You were not picked in the past. That's why you had to leave it. On your mind is the Seven of Cups with Justice. Clarifying Justice is because before that it was the Seven of Cups reversed. I feel like two things. I feel like you weren't picked. Your cup wasn't picked either by if it was a boss for a promotion or for a higher position, or if it was in love, maybe whoever it was, you were in this, like a Five of Wands is competition, right? You were in some type of competitive situation. And so I just feel like your cup wasn't picked. So, and you had no choice but to move on. And you moved on very quickly here. And also, you see this clearly. That's why I'm getting two things on this card. You see this very clearly. You see that you had no choice but to leave. And I mean, look at the outcome up here. We have the Three of Cups. We have celebration. We have happiness. It could be you with friends, new coworkers, just happiness. And I mean, isn't that a difference from this Eight of Swords down here? Okay, tell me about this Four of Pentacles for Cancer in the near future. What is Cancer holding on to with dear life? What is Cancer holding on to? Well, the Hangman comes out. That's getting a fresh perspective, because I really feel like this card is really tied to this. I think you got a fresh perspective. The illusion is gone. The clouds, like, you know what? The clouds are like, they passed. I mean, you see the situation for what it is. And you got a fresh perspective. And I also feel like with this Hangman, you know exactly what you want in your house, your home, your work, your life. Cancer is really becoming aligned to their higher self. I wouldn't be surprised if the Two of Cups comes out, Cancer, your card, because that's also means about it being aligned to your higher self. Tell me more about this Four of Pentacles. Tell me about it. Nine of Cups reversed. You're holding on tightly because in the past you didn't get the wish fulfillment, which is over here. See the symmetry? Tarot, a lot of spreads, it should be very symmetrical. It tells one story and then it should progress. It should tell a story of a person progressing. So yeah, Eight of Wands, and with the Four of Pentacles, you're holding on. You got a fresh perspective. Happiness didn't come about in that situation. It did not come about. That's why you're holding on to what you have so tightly. You're holding on to your foundation, to your values, to who you are. I feel like that's to who you are. You're literally, those are locks around her. so nobody can get in. You're probably, I feel like you could even be isolating yourself, you're not really being around people at this time while you're making this decision, which is why also in the outcome is like being around people again, being happy, being, you know, and that's funny with justice, because I saw that as judgment, and judgment is being alive again. And justice and judgment are very, can go hand in hand, those cards. Very similar. Okay, tell me one more about the Nine of Cups reversed. Tell me about the Nine of Cups reversed. Yeah, Knight of Swords. You got clarity. It's reiterating the same story, but Cancer got clarity on a situation. Got clarity, got laser focus, and is going after it. And that brings us to the Emperor. Now Cancer is in the Emperor mode. Cancer is making decisions. Could even be, you could be a manager. You could be head of your household, but you're making very strong decisions that are best for you and those you're protecting. The Emperor is protective, isn't he? So he's a leader. He runs countries. He acts for many people in their best interests. Well, tell me about the Emperor down here. It's Cancer. And Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a card of being out in the cold, but I almost feel like this is what the Emperor is protecting. With the Four of Pentacles, I feel like the Emperor is protecting themselves and protecting their loved ones from the loss. And again, look at this parallel. It's like your Eight of Swords, you're worried about the money. The Emperor might be worried about taking a loss, taking a hit. And I feel like that's more if you have children too. I don't even think Cancer's so loving and so like, you know, you guys are so protective. It's a very protective, homey sign. Cancer's all about the hearth and the home. And I feel like you're more worried about the people in your home who, you know, you just don't want, if you're making this change, you just don't want too many people affected, at least of course, in the negative way. Give me another card on this Five of Pentacles and the Emperor. Yeah, Three of Cups reversed. It's just, this is I think what you're worried, because the Eight of Swords and then the Emperor down here, I feel like this is what you're worried about, of it not working out, not coming together. And the five, you know, that feeling out in the cold, you know. Okay, one more card, and the Page of Cups. See, yeah. And I feel like it's like, you know, time isn't linear, and even the way you pull these cards, but going after what you really want. Look at that little fish. Look at that little Pisces in the cup. Isn't that cute? The Page of Cups is the dreamer of the deck. He's the poet. He's romantic. You know, he's just so light in his heart. I think this is the energy you want to get into. But the Emperor is he makes decisions out of his head. The Page of Cups makes decisions out of his heart. I think Cancer, you're a bit pulled between your head and your heart. Because this is what you're worried about. This is what the Emperor worries about. The Emperor worries. He worries about not taking care of those. He's, you know, with the Three of Cups, maybe you have 3 children. Look at that. Maybe not having enough. These two cards are about not having enough, bringing not happiness, not wish fulfillment, you know, long term. But I feel like these are your worries with the Eight of Swords down here. I feel like these are your worries, because but you want to get in your heart. You want to get in your heart space, but your head is like, I feel like almost overruling it. And not really overruling it, because look at that. Even at the bottom of the deck, isn't that funny how tarot is? Look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Moon, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Wands reversed, and the Page of Wands. There's something you passionately want to go after. You have a fear it's blocking you. The Nine of Wands reversed is really mental blockage and stopping you from on this path. But look at that, between the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, and then we have the Moon again. It's just fear. You know, you're trying to probably plan out every point, like what can go wrong, but you can't. You really can't. It's almost like a Wheel of Fortune reverse, where you're trying to plan everything and then life happens. But you actually definitely want something. Whoever this is for, there is something you want, but you feel like if you go after it, you might lose, with the Four of Pentacles, what you already have, and the Five of Pentacles. It's a bit of fear of losing what you already have. So, okay, that brings us to Justice here, because you want fairness in this situation. You want this, you know, you don't want to take from people, but it's the Six of Pentacles and the Minor Arcana. It's even give and take. But why is the Justice here, and the energy coming towards Cancer? The Seven of Swords, it's avoiding, and a fear of being cheated too. You know, the Seven of Swords is your cheater card. It could be that. The energy coming towards you. One more on that. And the Six of Swords. 6 and 7 of Swords here, clarifying justice. So this could be one for the justice. Let's say some of you, if we're talking about maybe you left a marriage. It could be a job too, really. But this could be justice, could talk about, you know, it could be leaving a marriage because you're moving on to calmer waters from a 7 of Swords energy, from someone you were cheated on. And I just wanted to put that out there because that could be somebody watching this down the line. That could be your story. You're moving away from somebody who cheated you. And now you're moving into a more independent life, making your own money. And maybe the fear is maybe you won't be able to make ends meet without a second income, without somebody. You have kids you have to provide for. You know how that all goes. But there is definitely something. You have the motivation to have your own life, to go for that job, to go for whatever it is. But this is what you're moving away from. The 6 of Swords is moving away from the 7 of Swords. And that's where justice is. I mean, because whenever justice shows up, that means there was injustice. That's how I always see it. You have justice twice. You face some type of injustice in the past by either a coworker, a husband, a long-term partner, whatever it is. But what is this 4 of Swords in your emotions? I feel like you made one with the 4 of Swords. You made peace with it. You're just focused on you and yours right now. What is this 4 of Swords? The Knight of Cups. Again, it's passionate energy. It's going to a place of meditation, like with this Hangman and the 4 of Swords. And the 4 of Swords is, you know, it's funny because the 4 of Swords is the minor arcana card to the Hangman. Because look, do you guys ever notice his legs? What number does he make? He makes the number 4, right? And yeah, that it's going to a place of peace to get a better perspective to your path. Whenever you're in the 8 of Swords in your mind, you have to go within. You can ask, like 3 of Cups, you can ask your friends, you can try to get advice, but in the end, you know within your heart space. There's a lot of heart space energy. Cancer, you are the Queen of Cups. Like, look, you showed up there. And the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups in my hand. This is making a decision from your heart space. The Emperor wants to make a decision from his mind. There's a lot of good things with the Emperor, but when you're making a decision that's gonna be for your soul, you need to get into your heart space and act from your heart space, because that's where the true intention is. If you go from your head and you're worried about other people, you're not going to satisfy yourself in the long term. You're going to stay in that feeling of the 5 of Pentacles and the feeling of lack. Okay, give me, what's this 3 of Cups at the top for Cancer? Why is the 3 of Cups the outcome here? Why? Page of Swords reversed. Let me get one more on that. You know, the Page of Swords, well, all the tarot cards have so many meanings. I mean, so many meanings. But it just depends on what they're with. So give me another one with that Page of Swords reversed. Give me another one. And again, more rest and relaxation, another 4 of Swords. I'm getting 2 stories on that. Let me get one more. One more card, please, with the 3 of Cups. Page of Swords reversed, the 4 of Swords, and now we have the King of Cups. Scorpio energy. Could be dealing with Scorpio, or you have Scorpio in your chart. King of Cups, I like that. I mean, you are the Queen of Cups. We have a true pair on the board. So maybe this is, I mean, maybe you guys are heading into a new relationship and you're worried about blending families, blending incomes. You know, maybe Cancer likes to hold on to their independence over here in the 4 of Pentacles and worried about, is everything going to meld together? Is this really a good decision? Should I hold off? Should I hold off on this move? Because 6 of Swords could talk about moving too. The Page of Swords reversed on the 3 of Cups. You know, the Page of Swords reversed is talking about when he's upright. First of all, when he's upright, it's the smartest dude in the deck. You know, he researches the crap out of things. He knows before he gets into a situation, he knows. So I almost feel like this is just you guys. The Page of Swords reverse on the 3 of Cups going into this energy. You almost feel like you don't have enough. It almost feels like you don't know enough. You're very not confident in your actions. And because the swords are actions, not actions, the swords are thoughts. And it's like you got some mental fogginess going on. And maybe you are. I mean, just for some of you, there's so many storylines here. Maybe you are going to the Three of Cups in the outcome and asking for help and asking for guidance. Maybe you are going to a fatherly figure or someone you look up to. Maybe that King of Cups in your life, a father, grandfather, whatever, is helping you out in this decision. And that brings you a four of Swords. It brings you peace. But also, the Page of Swords sometimes could talk about moving away from watching and researching and getting into action. That's the first thought I got on this card. I just wanted to throw a couple things out there for different people because it could be different timelines where Cancers are at. But this could be about you guys no longer being in this Four of Swords mode, not being in a Page of Swords. It's about research and getting, you're in your heart space. The King of Cups is, no matter where he's at, no matter what happens, no matter how rough those waters are, he's stable in his emotions. He makes decisions out of he's very stable in his life, in his home life, and in his emotional life. And, I don't say love life, but I mean, I even put kids with that. In his working life and in his, what do you call that? In your emotional life. I can't even think what it is. Heart and work and home, basically. But he takes care of those he loves. He's a very honest and loyal person. But I almost feel like this is you guys. This is where you guys are heading. This is where, when you move up, and there is a progression here. I mean, we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have a Knight of Pentacles. We have a Queen of Cups. And then guess what we have? We have a King of Cups. There's a progression you're moving on into your life as you make these decisions, because making life decisions does bring a lot of growth. It brings a lot of clarity, but it also gives you self-confidence. But when you're into this, like the Page of Swords, I really feel like this is you moving out of thoughts and getting into action, getting into that. And that's what's going to bring you long-term happiness. For some of you, sure, there could be a Scorpio. This could talk about new love, and it could be a Scorpio or Pisces, because we have the Knight of Cups. A water sign, it could be a water sign coming into your life. Maybe they're already in your life. I feel like they may, if this is that, they're already in your life. It could be coming into your life because how time is not really linear. It's, and these stories could have happened to you. It could be happening to you now, or it would be happening to you in the future. But yeah, I feel like this is you guys trying to wrestle with a strong decision, and you're worried about, it's like a worry about change and a loss of income, or trying to meld two homes together. If this is about Cancer going from being a single parent or just being single in general and moving in with somebody, and it's, how all that change works, of putting the two incomes together and all that. It could also be about you guys going from one job to the next. And the Four of Swords could be an in-between time, that in-between, and there could have been worry trying to find that other job, but it does come through. If that's you guys, it does come through with justice. You're going to get justice. That's a yes. That's a hard yes. The job, if you're waiting to hear from it, there's a yes coming. But either way, whoever this is for, there's a Three of Cups in the outcome. That's celebration. You're going to get what you want, but you got to overcome your fears. Because remember at the bottom of the deck, there was a Nine of Wands reversed. And it's like fears can stop you. And I just noticed that at the bottom when I shuffled again, Ten of Pentacles. Because this is you guys worried about your long-term legacy, your wealth, savings, but it's upright. So I feel like you guys are just wrestling with this decision, but it will turn into your favor. I feel that really, really strongly. I just got to say, if this is whoever this is for, it takes a lot of guts. It's harder to pull yourself out of a situation that no longer works for you and put you in a situation that does. You have to be in the Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, King of Cups energy to do that. Trying to do it from an Emperor is very, very difficult because he's very rigid. The Emperor is very, very rigid. He is good at a lot of things, but he's not, with feelings, he's not a really feely guy. He's not a cruel guy, but he's not a feely guy. You know what I mean? So anyway, Cancer, that's what I have for you this week. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend and you take care. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.